Today we are doing something that I have been meaning to get around to for a very long time, and that is redecorating this office. I switched rooms in my house with my husband and came into this room, which is a little bit bigger, more windows, more sunlight. It also doubles as our guest room, so there's also a bed in here, and I've also brought all of my clothing in here, so this is like my closet. It has stayed pretty drab looking the whole year that I've been in here, and I mean, this calendar has been behind me in all of my live streams and videos, and there's nothing on it except for torn paper. I mean, come on, we can do better than that, right? The whole impetus for me finally getting around to doing this is my sister is coming to visit, and she's going to be staying here in the guest room, and I thought I could use that as a deadline to kind of try and make this room more exciting, happy, decorated, and all of that. I first started kind of getting this room together back in February, so let me cut to a quick spin around of the room I did at that time. So you can see that it's pretty bare bones. There's not a lot on the walls, no art. It's kind of just my office desk, the bed, the bureau, and the bookshelf. And that's pretty much it. The first thing that I wanted to tackle was the bureau. I had been using this dresser since we first moved in. It was just a Facebook Marketplace find. And I wanted to swap it out for something that matched my furniture a little better. So something more neutral, perhaps something that was long instead of tall because I had the wall space for it and thought that that might look a little nicer. So I went on Facebook Marketplace again and started hunting, and I found a Wayfair bureau that someone had purchased that they hadn't built yet. So it was still like flat pack, all packaged up and hadn't even been opened. But I was glad that I got to get it secondhand. So I got it cheaper and, you know, got to keep that from going to the landfill, I guess. So I swapped out the bureau for this dresser, and I really like it. It was a pain and a half to build, and took so much longer than I thought it would to build it. It took all of my mental fortitude. It probably cost me some of my mental fortitude. I don't even want to talk about how painful it was to build all the drawers. I am dead inside. That took so long. Just almost. Here we are. We arrived. We have the new dresser. You've probably seen it in some of my videos already. I like it. I think it really pulls the room together in a nice way. So I'm very pleased with that change. Other than that, I've also put some lights on my desk, which you've probably also seen in some videos of mine already. So I can change the colors up and change the vibe. And I just really like that. It helps me feel like my desk is a fun place to be. Those have been nice and very vibey at night. I'm resisting the urge to put them everywhere in my house. I just couldn't decide for the longest time like what I wanted it to look like. Couldn't decide on the aesthetic of it all. So we've done a lot of mulling over, and I just really gravitate towards these cozy like gaming setups. Not that I'm a gamer, this isn't going to be a gaming setup, but I like that vibe with lots of mood lighting essentially and lots of artwork. That seems to be like the two themes of these rooms is like moody lighting and lots of artwork. It's definitely really different from the rest of my house. The rest of our house is very vintage, eclectic, thrifted, traditional, timeless, smashed together. And so this sort of modern take is a little different, but I really like it for my office space. It feels very clean, and not that it will be minimalistic, but serene. And I just really like that sort of vibe for a creative space. So with all that being said, let's do a tour of where the room stands right now. Here is the room here in April. I've got my dresser set up. Oh, and lots of stuff that I need to figure out what's going where. Just lots of stuff. I know I want my typewriter to be on display. I have this platter, which I really like, but all the other stuff is just kind of, I don't know. I know I want to do some kind of nice gallery wall here, or a shelf or something, because it's just so blank. And this is what's behind me when I'm streaming. So it'd be nice if this looked a little nicer. I honestly don't know how I feel about my nano poster anymore, which makes me really sad. I loved this theme. This is from 2019 and they did like the steampunk theme. Haven't really loved any of the themes since then. So TBD on that and on this whole wall. We'll have to get creative. The guest bed, kind of same as always. I'm swapping out blankets to figure out what I like on this bed. Haven't decided yet. We're cat sitting. Hello. So his water dish is there for the time being, but this is what this corner looks like right now. So I moved this shelf over. This was just another little dresser that we had that I could bring in and do some overflow from the bureau when we did the clothes switch. So this is here, but I don't love that it's black because all my other furniture is like white or neutral. So I'm thinking about spray painting this. I can take these drawers out and just spray paint this. It's just like a cheap, flat pack furniture. So thinking about that, here's my desk. I'm sorry, it's absolutely a crazy mess because I'm streaming with Melon right now and we're talking about prose. So I have like a big stack of books out. Here's a bunch of art that I've pulled out. This is all from my old office. I have some new stuff that I've printed out because I know I just want to cover these walls, but I don't want to buy a bunch of new stuff. So I've kind of just collected everything that I have, and hopefully in the course of this video, we'll figure out where all of this is going. I think my general idea for this corner of the room is I want to fill all of this wall space. I think this is going to have some breathing room. This I want to keep kind of minimal. And this I want to be maximalist. This I want to go from like floor to ceiling, covering in fun things that I like looking at and that make me happy. I don't know if I'll be able to accomplish that in this video, but I think slowly, months of accumulating things and picking out things and having fun with it, I think that would be a fun goal for this corner of the office. So most of the stuff that I have pulled out is probably going to go on this wall. And I also have a few things that I have purchased new for this. So on this side, I have purchased a pegboard, and I've seen these all over Pinterest. I've wanted one for a really long time. I think it could even help me get some of the stuff that's in this cart, which always becomes like such a crap trap. I think it could help me get some stuff up on the walls. Hi, do you have something to say? Yeah, you think that's a good idea or a bad idea? Great, okay. And then we have over here, so here's the pegboard I just got from IKEA. That's going over there. And we have a floor-length mirror that I have not even had time to unpack, and that's just been sitting here for like 2 weeks. So this is my closet. As I said, I brought all my clothes in here, and I feel like I really just need a mirror. I haven't had a full-length mirror in quite a long time, and I would like one. So I'm gonna put it here, get rid of my weird calendar that I don't know what I'm doing with anymore. That is my plan. It's not going to be a huge change, but I'm really excited to get it done and finally put some effort into this office instead of just dealing with the randomness of it all. So let's see what we can get done. Alright, so it's Saturday afternoon. The mirror is hung, but oh my god, it was a really rough start. In an effort to use drywall anchors and good screws, we completely f***ed up our wall. And I just feel so bad. I just have been on like the verge of tears the entire time. I feel terrible. And I know it's easy to patch drywall, but it was a rough start. I considered trashing this whole video. But the horrors persist, and so do I. So we are at Goodwill, and I'm just going to try and see if I can get some picture frames. I've had good luck thrifting picture frames here before, and hopefully I can find some nice little ones that I can hang with command strips, because I do not want to use another nailer screw ever again in my life. Okay, here's our picture frame haul. We did very well. Get everything out. Okay. Okay. All in all, we spent $15, which is pretty good for a whole stack of frames, I have to say. I did get this one. Is probably not for the office. This is going to go somewhere else in the house because I just love the gold vintage vibe of it all. Very nice. And then this one I snagged, probably an unusual grab, but I have a lot of teal in my artwork, so I thought this would be a nice frame to tie it all together. Just a solid oak brown. This one has someone's literal 8-year-old child in it, which feels illegal, so moving on. Just a nice white square, and I do have a square piece of artwork, so I'm happy that I got to snag this. And just a nice, I don't even know what size this is, 8x10 maybe? So yeah, not keeping the baby, as precious as the baby is. But I think this will work nicely.
Okay, welcome to day 2 of this office weekend. Fit check. Old t-shirt, leggings, and socks. This outfit just makes a lot of sense, I know. But we've got a lot to get done today. This room is a disaster, as you can see behind me. Oh my god. Boxes, laundry, picture frames everywhere. My desk is a wreck. And it's time for this wall to start looking a little different. After yesterday's debacle, I'm literally terrified to do this. Just gonna be brave. I want this pegboard to go up, so here we go. Oh god. Okay. Thrilling content.
How's it going?
Nothing is straight in this house,
No.
but I am going with it.
Yeah, this looks good.
Try to use commit strips as much as possible.
This is cool.
Do you like it?
Uh-huh.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna change up the decorations, but
Like how customizable it is.
yeah, there's a lot of different stuff you can buy for it.
So, welcome to my DIY channel. I think the last thing I really have to do is spray paint this little drawer set. And so I have some spray paint in the spirit of using what we have and not buying anything new. I have some spray paint from our landlord who, like most landlords, likes to paint things instead of replacing them. So I do have some white spray paint on hand. So let's give this a go.
I'm so pleased with how this room came together this week. It is officially Wednesday, and I am picking up my sister from the airport in a few hours. So I think we've done just about all we can do for now in this office. I'm so happy with the improvements that we made, and just the little things really made such a big difference. I know it wasn't a huge jump from where the room started. I really didn't do a ton of changes. For me, it can be hard to actually set aside time to do these sort of intentional projects like decorating an office, and just keep putting it off and putting it off. Um, but I'm so glad that I took the time to do that, because even though it wasn't like an enormous shift, an enormous makeover, it still has made such a big difference to me as I've been going throughout my work week here in this office, getting to sit here and look at all of my art and my happy quotes and my family pictures. There are still some things that I didn't get around to in this video that I might still do in this room someday. I might like to try and put like a really tiny area rug somewhere, maybe against the bureau or under the mirror. If I can find one that wouldn't really get in the way of me pulling my treadmill out. So that's on my list that I'll be looking for secondhand. I might replace the curtains if I can find some secondhand. But those aren't, super tall items. I'll be adding more plants probably. There's still some empty space on this corner of the room so that I can keep adding more art as I find it and as I find stuff that's meaningful to me. And I didn't do anything with this back wall. And I know that's kind of unfortunate because that's what gets seen a lot in my live streams, and it would be nice to have something behind me when I'm shooting videos and things like that. Um, but I couldn't really think of anything, and I didn't want to just throw anything up there for the sake of filling that space. I wanted to be intentional about it and pick out something that I was really excited for. So we're just sitting on it for the moment, and I don't think it's necessarily bad to have it empty because this wall is so busy. But maybe we will think of something to go here. Maybe it's book cover someday. But I'm really happy with where this office is sitting right now. It's really leveled up, I think. It has a really good vibe. Overall, it was just super nice to take this time for myself, do something that was meaningful for me, do something I've been meaning to do for a long, long time, and just, give myself a warm hug of an office. This was definitely a very nice thing to do for myself. It's definitely an enormous privilege and luxury to have a room like this all to myself. It is a room that I dreamt about for so, so, so long. I used to actually journal about how much I wanted a room like this someday. And it was like at the very top of the things that I just wanted out of life was like an office and a workspace and a writing space that I could call my own. And at that time, I had no idea if that could ever come to fruition. It felt so far out of reach. And so I don't take it for granted a single day that I get to come and work in here. Even when it's just my day job work, it still amazes me. And I feel that even more so that I am looking at my family photos and my art, and wow. If it is available to you, I would definitely encourage you to take time and decorate a space. Maybe it's not something that we make a top priority, but I think we should. You're worth the time it takes to decorate, to make your space feel happy, whether that's your office or your kitchen or your living room. You are worth the time it takes to put fun things on the walls. So I hope you remember that. I hope you had fun seeing how my little office upgrade went. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.